All right, Ms Legalista here, aka Attorney Sheila. This is my second live of the day, and I actually said I was going to get me a drink, and I still forgot to get the drink. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at Naia Jackson's course that she has out. There's been a lot of talk about the fact that she is having coaching, this one-on-one coaching, and she's got some other courses, and the one-on-one coaching is $4,995, if I remember correctly. We're going to go to her website, take a look at it, take a look at what she's actually offering. I actually looked at the course first and wrote something up about it, so I'm going to tell you some of the things to think about when you're looking at whether or not something's a scam or not. So we're going to check out that article so that you can know what to be looking for. We're going to see what her post actually says, what she says she's offering with this course. And let me start with, now, for those of you who don't know who she is, let me sort of backtrack here, because for a long time, I didn't know who she was. I didn't know who her husband was either. I didn't know anything about either of them, to be honest. I think it was because there are just some things that I'm not looking up when I am on YouTube and on Facebook. There are some topics that just don't come up to me. So now I've got a bunch of white space here as I try to sit here and find one of my many tabs here, because I have so many open. But we're going to go to his page. For those of you who don't know who her husband was, I think they were separated now, maybe working on divorce. I think somebody filed for divorce after some questions around infidelity. But her husband was a relationship authority, relationship guru. This is what he talked about, relationships. This is his YouTube page, as you can see, his YouTube channel. As you can see there, it says new uploads weekly. He has over 735,000 subscribers, over 800 videos. He's working on getting to 900 there. He's way ahead of me. And you can see some of what he talks about here. So, I mean, some of it's trending topics. Some of it's trending topics that you can see there. But he also talks a lot about relationships. And a lot of times he would be just in the car just talking. So some of his topics, how to make sure he regrets losing you, how he treats you is how he feels about you, why men smarten up when it's too late, things your man will not let you do if he loves you, let him miss you, signs that he's a narcissist. So you can see his channel was really about giving relationship advice, which became really interesting when it sort of came out that he may have been cheating on his wife. And then she sort of, I don't want to say blossomed, but I do want to say she was a part of them sort of talking about it. And together they put out a certain message about where things were going. But it doesn't sound like they're still together now. It sounds like they're totally doing their own thing. She has now come out and she's been sharing more. And I want to take a look at that because people have been talking about the cost of the products and services that she's selling. Is it a scam or not? I want to talk about what a scam is, because sometimes, as you see there across the screen, sometimes we don't do our own homework and we think that something's a scam when, hey, you didn't read the fine print to find out what exactly it was that you were getting. And so now that you've gotten it and you realize, oh, I thought it was something else, you can't necessarily always blame the other party if you didn't do your research. Now, if they were being deceptive and misled you, then that is different. If they were being fraudulent, giving you false information, making you think certain things because of what they said to you or information that they provided to you, sent you to a website that had false information up there that wasn't true, well, then that is deceptive. That is more scam-like. There's probably a basis there, some foundation for being able to say, hey, you were deceptive, you are a scammer. But if what you're doing is hiring someone to give you advice about something, then you go purchase it and you just find that, well, it wasn't for me, that's not quite what I thought it was. That doesn't necessarily make it a scam. So let's get that out of the way first. I want to go over to her website for just a second so that we can see what it is she is actually selling that has gotten people so upset about the amount that she's charging. And some people were kind of like, hey, you marked this up really high. Think about some of the people that love you and want to buy your products, and some of the people following you. We want to support you, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So let's take a look at her website, which is Naia Jackson Ministries. And it says here, healing, deliverance, and teaching. Order now. I don't even know what we're ordering right here. We've just gotten to the page and it already is trying to get me to buy something. I don't know what this is. We're going to go through this website because this is the store. So I thought I was coming to the actual Ministries website where we were going to talk about a few things first before you try to hit me up. It reminds me of something that Gary Vaynerchuk used to say: don't try to get laid on the first date. Okay. Let's try to have a relationship first before you try to sell me something. Right now, you may not even know that this is something I need. But think about this. She is primarily sending this to people who already know who she is. So maybe she has already established that relationship and it's, hey, we've been together all of these years. I've decided to put together these products and services for those of you who want to connect with me. For those of you who've been saying, hey, can you teach me this? Or can you coach me through that? Well, now I have a website and you can just direct people there. In that case, she's doing it exactly as she should. And that is building that relationship first and then sending them to this website here. Now, for me, that didn't quite work because I don't really know a whole lot about her, except for I think I found out about her after things took a dive. And I was just kind of like, well, who is her husband anyway? Yeah, so now I know. But let's click on this healing, deliverance, and teaching to see what it says. So we've got here some information about her hardcover book that she's selling, Healing God's Way, hardcover, $30, shipping calculated at checkout. And then you've got some information here about what this book is about. It's devotional. So that's informative. It does tell you a little bit about it, and then she's actually got a video. So this is sort of helpful too. And that's a decent way to sell your products. Let me go back to the home page here because I do want to scroll down to the piece where we're really talking about this coaching. And it's called, first of all, let me go to this because I saw this and I was a little caught off guard because I was actually talking about a Federal Trade Commission earlier. This sort of idea about how you sell things and what you say about what you're selling matters. So what she has here, it says free 6 ways to heal plus profit. Then it says $1 in US dollars. Okay, so it can't be both free and $1. Let me just point that out to you. Like the FTC would have a problem with that. They would be like, you cannot advertise it as free and then tell people that there's a charge here. So you need to either remove the free or remove the charge. Now, I'm not entirely sure what is going on here. It could be that there's some sort of error. I don't know, but this is something that she needs to fix here so that people don't report her and then say, oh, you know how people do. Oh, she's saying it's free and that it's da-da-da-da. And then you've got pay in 4 interest-free installments for order over $50. So people can easily get confused about everything that's going on here. It's like, does this even apply here? This is not $50. So why is this here? And it could be done differently. I mean, it could just be that shows up every single time. That's typically what's going on. But right now you've got people saying, well, this is free. This is $1. And this is shipping calculated at the checkout. So what is it? Well, hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit further. Because then it says, you've got something else here free. So I don't know. And because this is sold out, I can't click on it to to figure out what is really going on here. But there are a lot of mixed messages with this. And as a person who sort of looked at this, I would say she just needs to clean this up a little bit and be really clear about the language that she is using here. Is this free? Is it not? Is this $1? Is it not? Is there shipping calculated or is there not? And here's the thing, it says boot camp. So I don't know. I just am confused. I am really confused. I don't even quite know what to say about it. All right, let me go back to the home page here. And we've got some other products here. You just saw the book there, and then you've got the gift box, which is nice. And we've got some links down here and a refund policy. Let's click on that and see what it says. All right, so 30 days, kind of small there. We have a 30-day return policy, which means you have 30 days after receiving your item to request a refund. To be eligible, the item must be in the same condition you received it. Pictures of items and packaging will be required to determine return acceptance or denial. And then she's got an email address there for you to contact. And certain items can't be returned, such as custom items, and then some information about exchanges and refunds. So it's good that she's got that information there. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, we've also got here some clothing that she's also selling here. And usually it's, you know, you're a little bit more upfront about clothing. You can see exactly how much the cost is there. You've got the Blessed t-shirts there. And then you got the kids, the Boy Man Up t-shirt, the Extraordinary Faith t-shirt, again, the books, some more clothing, Hot Girls, Holy Girls Summer, sorry. And she's got another page there with some more things on it. So she's got some other products that you can purchase there too. Now I want to go back to this Teachable course, and for some reason I'm not even seeing that I can click on it here. So let me see if I can bring it up under the other page here. And hopefully we can take a little bit more of a deep dive into this. So this is the coaching page. It's a little small to see here, but I want to break down what is in this coaching is what is not, so that when you get ready to decide whether or not you're going to work with someone, you know exactly what you're getting. And you guys, I'm speaking from experience because I purchased something a while back and I was not at all happy with, that's me messing up, sorry. I was not at all happy with what I was told the product was going to be and what it ultimately was. And I don't want you to fall into that trap of buyer's remorse versus trying to figure out whether or not something is a scam. And let me get my stuff back together here, right? Sorry about that. All right, so she's got this coaching up here. And again, it's $4,000, and I think I said $995, but it's actually $4,997. So when you click on it, the question is, what are you getting for that amount of money? That is a lot of money for you to have some questions about, hey, well, what kind of coaching is it? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be someone else? Because here's the thing. I purchased something one time only to find out that the person who was selling it was not even the person that I was going to be working with. Like, they had a bunch of staff. It's like Tim Robbins or whatever its name is called. And you purchase this only to find out that you're working with one of his people and not him. So, you know, he comes at a different cost. And then the people that he has under him, they come at a different price, something that's a little bit more affordable. But in this case, when we're looking at what she has here and we're trying to figure out, this is Naia Jackson Ministries, Pastoral Care Coaching and Development. And she's got some information here about her ministry. And of course, you know, as I said before, a lot of this came out of her personal experiences and the relationship that she had with her husband. But, you know, it was not all about her husband. If you read here, she says, you know, it was everything from weight, childhood trauma, rape, death of my father, rejection, infidelity, self-hate, shame, guilt, and much more. So the relationship with her husband was only part of this. Okay, so this is her philosophy. All this that you see here is the philosophy. And then it says live Zoom sessions. Okay, well, there is nothing here to click on to tell you what this looks like. So how many Zoom sessions do I get for $4,997? When are these Zoom sessions going to be? Are these Zoom sessions with you or someone else? And how long are these Zoom sessions? Is it 30 minutes? Is it an hour and 30 minutes? And for how many months? Is this a year long? What is it, 6 months, 30 days? What happens if I have to reschedule? Do I lose that, or can I just reschedule to another date? So it just says live Zoom sessions here. I have no idea what this means. As an attorney looking at this, I'm lost. I'm confused because you're selling something, but it's not clear what exactly it is that you're selling. And so one of the things I would have, even if I were representing her, I would say is, you need to have a formal contract that makes it very clear to the other party what it is they're getting. And for those of you who are looking at possibly working with someone like this, I mean, that is fine. Just do a little bit more research and ask a lot of questions. Like, I wouldn't even know what to say to this. I would just be like, do you have a contract? Do you have something that lays out what the Zoom sessions look like? And so I talked about the time frame. I talked about how many times, how long the sessions are, who they're with, but what actually happens during these Zoom sessions? Is it laid out? And I think that she has provided some of this information in another place. Okay, remember I said early on that she has already made and established a relationship with a lot of the people who might be buying this product. And so she's got some information out there in other places about what's going to happen with this. But there's nothing here that makes it very clear. And I think for both her protection and for the protection of the person who's buying it, it needs to be really clear cut in this, not someplace else. Not on some other site, not on the Facebook page, not in the Instagram account. It needs to be very clear here what you're selling and what I would be buying. This is just not clear. And then down here it says before your session, and then it says, what do you hope to get from our coaching sessions? Well, I don't know. What are you teaching? And how do you teach? And what kind of experience do you have? I mean, again, she has a whole philosophy up here, and she says personal care coaching and development in ministries. So is this religious ministry? What kind of coaching is this? I mean, is this, for my personal development, or is this for, a component of that, which might be more focused on my faith, developing my faith and finding strength in that? Like, it's totally not clear what the plan is. But however, I did say, she has information in other places about this, but just coming here right now and looking at this, I don't see it. So this is really concerning that it's not here, So you see a lot of that there. It would just be really helpful to see some of that there. And so I want to click over again over here to where I wrote up a little bit more about it, because I want to make sure I don't leave anything out. And I want to maybe go back over to her Instagram in just a second to see if there's some more information there. Because like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm beating her up, because I'm not. I just think there is a clearer way to provide this information. So again, like I said before, her former husband, I'm not sure if they're still together, Derek Jackson, was a relationship guru, authority, influencer, whatever you want to call him. And she has like over 125,000 followers on Instagram. So she's got this course on this teachable platform that I just went through. And like I said, the question is whether or not that's a scam or not. And one of the things is, and I looked this up and I talked about it here. It says, is she being deceptive with what she's offering? Well, here's the thing. It's hard to be deceptive when you're not saying anything. So when you go to the site, there's not a whole lot there. So, who can say what pastoral care and coaching is if it's not broken down into how many sessions and that sort of thing? So here's where I break this down. I say, it's not clear to me what you're receiving. It's on coaching. It looks like it's on Zoom. How long is it going to be? Is it multiple Zooms? How long does it last? What's the availability for follow-up communication? So for instance, if you have a great Zoom and you then want to talk to her, via email because you have a couple of follow-up questions, is that an additional cost or is that included? Is there a written contract? This is another thing. And then what kind of deliverables? So are these just conversations, or is she then going to follow up and send you something in writing so that at the end you know what your strategy is for you? Is there a questionnaire to help you define everything? Remember, you saw at the bottom there, she was like, well, how can I, basically it was a question that said, how can I help you? It's missing information. This is what I call it, missing information. And then here was the other thing. People had a lot of questions about, you're charging $4,997 and we're not even sure that you have the expertise and skills to be able to do what it is you're saying you're doing. Typically, you would expect there to be some sort of experience there where I've taken, some courses, I have a certificate, I have worked in the ministry for a while. So it's very unclear, it's helpful to give people that experience. People still want to check the box on you. They want to make sure that you're somewhat legitimate and that you're bringing true value to the table for this amount of money. So I said, has she studied what it is she's selling? Now, experience matters too. Okay. Don't think that everything has to come through a book. I'm not saying that everything has to come through a book. Now, that's the only way you can get it. Being on the job and learning the training, learning how to do things matters too. Because if all someone does is read a book, but they've never, ever actually done the work, well, I'm a little scared of that, okay? But people want to know. And this was one of the things that came up when they were talking about the cost of the course. She talks at length about the experiences she's been through and how it has helped her. But what is her background in education? Does it relate to what she's selling? Is her relationship pain and what she has learned from it enough for an almost $5,000 course? And so here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying. It's really up to you. And I'm sorry, that writing is so tiny. It is really up to you to determine for yourself whether or not this person is providing you with enough information for you to be able to make an informed decision and to spend this kind of money. It's a lot of money. And she's got some other things up there too. I should pull that up. One is like, I think $4.95 or something like that. Let me just go back and take a look at that for a second. Let me see if I can pull that back up here. Actually, I don't think it's going to come up on that. I think it's still on the Teachable page. If you guys, there are so many tabs open here. Oh my goodness, it is unbelievable. Okay, so let me see if I can scroll down. Yeah, it's not on that page. Yeah, I'm not sure where it is, but there's something else that's only $4.95. Let me see if I can back to see. Okay, here we go. So we've got the coaching for $49.97. Then we've got a digital download that's free. See, here's the thing that says it's free. And if it's free, then why does it say it's $1 on the other page? And that's what I was saying was kind of concerning. The FTC would be like, well, wait a second. Let me click on it and see what it says. All right. So Heal Plus Profit. Free download. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any sort of cost here. So I'm not sure why it says $1 on the other page. It may be some sort of administrative fee that's coming through Teachable, since that's the platform that she's using. But I really don't think so, because Teachable usually, you pay a monthly fee for that. So I'm not sure why that would be there either. I'm just confused. Like I said, if I'm confused, you're probably confused too. So here's the other course, Infidelity Recovery Boot Camp. This is Healing God's Way, the Art of Spiritual Warfare, Deliverance and Healing. 2 payments of $4.95 a month. Let's click on that one and see what that one says. Maybe this one. Okay, so she's got a video here. So you can read that, and listen to that. And it probably gives you a little bit more of a breakdown here on what you're getting. Why join Healed? Meet Kathy. Introduction. So here, she's actually got some of this here. So you can actually see what is going on here and a little bit more about what you're getting. Look, it says in-depth Bible studies, and look down here. It says a private, want a private session. It says your investment includes. So this $34.99 a month. I think that's supposed to be $34.99 a month, or maybe it's $3,500. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. 3 private sessions a week. Okay. But at least here you can see that everything is listed for you to follow along. And you have a little bit more of an idea of what you're getting here. You got video masterclass, coaching sessions, profit playbook, mastery masterclass, messaging templates, story handouts, live coaching and mentorship, live Q&A. So you've got all of those things here. And again, so it's $3,499 a month for that boot camp, and then coaching profit from your pain. So yeah, at least, like I said, this one gives you a bit more of a breakdown and gives you some information to make an informed decision. And that is what you're looking for. That is what you're looking for. So now let me go back to the main question here, which is, is this a scam? Is she being deceptive? Is she providing information that's not true? I think there are a couple areas where she may need to work on some of her wording there and make sure that everything's matching up, and not, and be mindful of the fact that she's got something that says free and then there's a cost down there. Even if it's shipping and handling, the FTC has been, sort of targeting that and saying, but there is no shipping and handling because it's a digital download. So they really don't even want to see a shipping and handling charge like that applied to something that's a digital download, because they feel like that's a little deceptive, because you're not shipping it anywhere. Okay, they're hitting a button. You aren't even doing anything. They're hitting a button that says download, get it now, and they're getting it. So the FTC is probably going to have some problems with that. And I think people are just going to get confused when they see it. I got confused. But like I said before, that's probably something she needs to work on clearing up. So here's sort of my wind up message on this. Like I said before, go through and get more information about what it is you're getting. Okay, because it's not really clear. Make sure that there's a contract in place so that you know what it is you are buying. If it says coaching sessions, find out how long those coaching sessions last and for how many months and what the guarantees are. And again, questions about, well, hey, what if I need to follow up with you by email and send you something? Is that an extra fee? Like, get those questions answered before you agree to make those payments, because that is a lot of money. And then the other thing to find out about is to go back and look at some of her other sites, because like I said before, she has put some information out there in other places about these courses. So make sure that that matches up to your expectation. Make sure that that doesn't say one thing, and then when you get the contract or you go to check out, it says something different, because that's where people get tripped up too. There sometimes in contracts, there is language that says, it's called a merger agreement or an entire agreement provision. And it says that this contract and all of the language in it basically sums up our agreement. So you cannot come back and say, well, yeah, but on the Facebook page, you said that this also included. But see, if it's not in the contract, then it's not in the contract. That's what I tell people. If it's not in there, it's not in there. I don't care what the person told you on a phone call yesterday or last week. I don't care if they sent you a special note with flowers that said, hey, and I'm also looking at giving you a free whatever. If it was not in the contract when you signed it, guess what? It's not in there. I have to tell people that so many times before they sign the contract. Look at it. Is there anything that this person told you that's not in here? And if so, you need to go back and have it put in. A lot of times it'll be things like bonuses. Oh, they said they would give me a bonus, or oh, they said they would give me an extra month, or oh, they said, and I'm like, I don't see this in here. And I'm spending lots of time looking through all those 15 pages and I don't see it in there. So don't let yourself get caught like that. The big key is, I don't think she's being overly deceptive. I think people are mad because she's trying to make money, you know? And I don't mean mad as in angry at her, but she has been through an experience. She has some value that she now thinks she can provide. And if other people feel like at that amount of money, she's worth it, then go for it. My price point tends to be a little lower than that, but to each his or her own. You guys, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if that helps you understand what you need to be looking for when you're getting ready to purchase coaching sessions, or even if you're looking at purchasing this one with Naia Jackson. Let me know if that brings you up to speed. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Peace.